respect. So now to the much anticipated Edinburgh Derby. Premiership Hearts against Championship Hibs. Cathro versus Lennon. Watching at Tynecastle for us was Liam McLeod.
The holders take their defence of the Scottish Cup back to the home of their most bitter of rivals. Hibernian have seldom had more celebrated days than the one they enjoyed on the 21st of May last year, and the seeds of success for that triumph were sown in this round as they came back from the dead against this very opposition on this very stage. 2 weeks ago, this was a tie the Hearts fans perhaps would have approached with a degree of trepidation. Now, it can't come quickly enough after convincing back-to-back victories in the league. This could be quite a show. Ian Cathro has dropped Bjorn Jonsson from his line-up, handing Sam Nicholson a first Tynecastle start since the end of September. Isma Gonsalves scored twice in last weekend's win at Motherwell. You wouldn't bet against Jamie Walker being the hero today. 14 goals this season. This is his 15th Edinburgh Derby. The most notable thing about that Hibs team is the return in goal of Ophir Marciano, who's only played 20 minutes since the start of December. Those 20 minutes were right here in the last round against Bonnyrigg Rose. Forster, Bartley, Holt and Cummings are also into the side. Lewis Stevenson plays in his 31st derby. He's now just one behind the great Pat Stanton. A wonderful atmosphere inside this old stadium off the Gorgie Road in the capital. Ian Cathro and Neil Lennon both getting their first taste of this fixture. The last Edinburgh Derby to take place in front of the old main stand here. You have to go back to 1971 to find a Hibs victory in a Scottish Cup tie at Tynecastle, albeit they've only played one since then, and that was exactly 12 months ago when they came back from 2-0 down with 10 to play. The rest is history as the holders take their defence to Tynecastle. And there will be Hibs in the green and white attacking Gorgie Road in this first half. Hearts all in maroon. The scene well and truly set for another Cup classic. And already it's Hibs putting the pressure on. And that had gone behind for the first corner, which comes in the first 20 seconds of Avlanitis. Jordan Forster, who made his debut here for Hibs in the top team, waits for the opening corner of the game, which is nodded off the line. There's Mallory Martin, who went down. And John McGinn already heavily involved, and Willie Collum, who's the referee, has his beady eyes on him. Martin for Leonard Sowa. There's Gonsalves, he takes that in his stride and he puts it straight at Marciano. Oh, what a start that would have been. And Isma Gonsalves with a brace last week at Fir Park must have thought he was getting back in the score sheet here in the biggest fixture of all in the capital. Keatings will give chase here. He will not give up. Tenacious player. There's Spivey and McGinn. He's got Stevenson wide left. He's got plenty of time here, Lewis Stevenson, to pick out a cross. He's met by Holt. 35 years of age, Grant Holt, in the older heads in Neil Lennon's team. Bartley. Stevenson looking for Keatings and finding him. Oh, he's got it in early for Holt. There's no flag against Grant Holt there. There's a big opportunity for Hibs 10 minutes in. He's managed 3 goals this season, Grant Holt, and yeah, behind the play when the cross came in. Keatings for Fivey. Cummings takes it down. It's a brilliant piece of control by Jason Cummings. Tried to chip the keeper there. With no mean feat for Jason Cummings, but Hamilton not outfoxed. Martin. Gillies pinched off him by Keatings. He's only got Cummings ahead of him. Keatings has to go it alone. Straight off Avlanitis. This is Holt. gets the break himself. Cummings, very promising for Hibs. Hamilton's not decisive, but he makes the save at the second time of asking. Hearts architects of their own downfall there. Hibs may live to regret not making more of this opportunity. Jack Hamilton heaves a massive sigh of relief, because this was not a good save. Puts it straight back into the danger area where Holt was. This is John McGinn. There's 5-8, he's got time to pick someone out. Hearts a little bit static at the back there. Not concerned, the manager. Dickerson spreading the play to Leonard Sola. Oh, McGregor. Gonsalves. Jonsson! Still alive, and Walker's efforts blocked. Well, that is the closest Hearts have come up to press. It was Bjorn Jonsson. Marciano made the save, and McGregor blocked Walker. Again, over the top it goes. Cummings is through, and he is onside. He's on his own though. Experienced defending by Aaron Hughes. Knew exactly what he was doing and where Jason Cummings was going. You took it early, Cummings. He is capable, that's for sure. Cummings, poor ball from him. From Zoom. Wants it back. Gets it back, but not quite what he intended. Easily away from Bartley. Useful ball. Marciano is able to grab, commanding his 6-yard box. This is good build-up by Hearts. Arnaud Djoum would have liked that thrown into feet though. Marciano, the Hibs goalkeeper, making just his 15th appearance this season. Largely because of injury. Well, to get his work permit as well. His defence might be under the cosh a little here. Don Cowie. There's Keatings. Again, they're trying to get Cummings away. There's Cummings, he's on his own. Support arriving now from Holt. That's a difficult one for Grant Holt to take this. Eventually Jason Cummings got the support. Did all he could. But Grant Holt's doing well to score from there in that situation. Another chance goes a begging for Hibs. June. Here's Walker. Jamie Walker. Many Hearts fans wanting handball there. Brian Graham. Ivy. Jamie Walker's effort which came crashing off Liam Fontaine. Gonsalves. He's got a couple last week against Motherwell. There's a trouble over there with Gonsalves and Gray. It's looking like yellow for Ismail Gonsalves, who's also got into a war of words with Fraser Fyvie. He suspected that the frustration would boil over at some point for Ismail Gonsalves. Just let that get the better of him there. Right through the back of David Gray. Comes McGregor. He thinks this well. This is Cummings. Here goes Fyvie. It will be Hibs will have the last period of pressure in this game. With just over 30 seconds left. Couldn't do it again, could they? In from Gray. Sola. Best advice to get rid of that first time, and he eventually does. Hibs might have won last opportunity here. The injury time is just about up. Time for one last assault. No, there is not. It is all over. And as it was a year ago, these two must do it again. Two different managers with the same outcome. It will be an Easter Road replay to determine whether Hearts or Hibs will go forth to the quarter-finals of the William Hill Scottish Cup. It was not a thing of beauty. That is an understatement. But Hibs will feel happier because they have gone through another 90 minutes at Tynecastle unscathed. The holders keep hold of their trophy for now. A week on Wednesday, these two capital rivals will go head-to-head once again. This time, back in Leith. They finished here in Gorgie. Heart of Midlothian 0, Hibernian 0.
It was a derby game, ultimately. A lot of stoppages in play, difficult for there to be any flow in the game. You know, so I think that probably made things more difficult for us. But you know, if we ask could we have played better, then the answer is yes, we could have. But some difficult moments, and we've been strong together. We fought well, and we are frustrated, but we look forward to the replay.
It lacked quality because the pitch didn't let the quality flow, and there's quality players in both teams. But you know, we had chances, they had chances, so we do it all again in 10 days' time. But you know, to have the opportunity to do that is testament to how well my players played, and I thought we were a better team for large parts of the game. Whatever the conditions are will always play the part. It's not something that I want to focus too much on. But you know, no matter what your conditions are, they'll always play a role in how the game goes. We need to manage those things, and we need to do better.
After all the build-up, it was such a disappointing spectacle. They talked about the conditions, they talked about the pitch, Michael. Was that all it was down to?
No, I don't think that's all it was down to, but there's no doubt that the park, you know, played a significant part in it. And normally Tynecastle is a really good surface, but you know, you heard Neil Lennon there saying that it didn't allow the teams to get any free-flowing football played. I just think, you know, naturally in the derby you're going to get a bit harum-scarum to begin with. Then the game would settle down, but it just never got to a settled period at all.
Why was that?
Sometimes a game can be like that. You know, no team was able to implement their.
The game was terrible to watch.
It was, but no team was able to, you know, put their game plan into action.
No, well, I mean, it was poor. It just lacked quality all over the pitch.
I don't think it was any specific reason.
And Neil Lennon's right, there's so many creative quality players on either side, and none of them managed to have an impact in the match. And it was probably, I think it is mostly down to the pitch. The pitch was horrendous, nobody could get the ball down. It became just a bruising battle, and all you heard mostly was probably the referee's whistle.
Plenty of blood and thunder in terms of the tackles. 33 fouls in this match, and well, some things look better in slow motion, and this probably makes the match look better than it was.
You know, I mean,
it doesn't.
You've got Willie Collum as the referee, and he can sometimes be overly officious, but I'll give him his due. I think it wasn't down to him. It was just the fact that the game was so stop-start, because there was a lot of fouls in the game, like that one on Don Killie. I think eventually had to go off, and he was still struggling and holding his ribs afterwards.
Tomo's old pal Isma Gonçalves, the unorthodox number 9 for Hearts. How did you rate his performance, Mike?
I think he actually played quite well, but you're right, very unorthodox at number 9. He gets a great opportunity there when he's in a deep lying role, and he runs onto it and gets into the space. He's obviously just trying to speed that down past the left-hand side of Marciano and goals. Again, you see him here running in areas of the park that you wouldn't associate with a number 9, especially when they're playing the formation that Hearts do, a 4-3-3. And yet again here, deep in his own half, picking the ball up. In the hole, I think he played well. You know, linking up again, gets absolutely wiped out, and he's not happy with Willie Collum.
He was wiped out in a few occasions.
But you see here the second half, they recognise that they need to get Bjorn Johnson up. He's got to slip him in there. If he just flicks that to the side, Bjorn Johnson's got a strike on goal. Even in the second half, it was still very scrappy, but you could see that it was better once they got the two guys up top. Yet again, you see him here, out in areas of the park that you just don't associate with a normal number 9.
When he was playing, he wanders. You know, he drifts. He likes to drift into wide areas. I think he's better coming from wide areas.
Like an additional striker.
Rather than being a number 9. This one's got a bit of comedy here. He just falls over. And this is a wild challenge. He's lucky for this.
Is it a red card, Tomo?
It could well have been.
You love a red card, don't you?
It could well have been.
You were jumping up and down saying that was a red.
No, it wasn't.
You get excited.
You were watching the rugby, how would you know?
I think we were all getting excited when Ian Catherine decided to put Bjorn Johnson on at half-time. Changed the shape, obviously, Michael, but not enough in the end.
No, not enough. You know, I think that perhaps he's not going to be an automatic starter. You know, you see the game's changed a lot.
His left foot.
He's got to. Yeah, I even think he's got time to open his body up and side foot with his right foot.
Great defending from Darren McGregor for the block for the second one. Initial mistake from Darren, but this is brilliant stop from him.
You're right, but you know he didn't start the game today. No. But I think for me, you're going to see the best when he's up the top and Goncalves is supporting him, because I just don't think Goncalves is a natural number 9.
It wasn't a game with many chances, but Hibs did have a few, I suppose.
Yeah, that was a great chance, that.
That's the best we could find.
This is crazy. You know, that
lack of communication. It's a new back four, and for me, Hamilton's lucky here. He palms that out. Yeah. When he really, it wasn't that uncomfortable. He could have just taken the shot into his chest, but he decides to palm it out, and he's very lucky. It's onside. Very lucky it doesn't go.
You're right.
Straight into Grant.
He should be able to hold that.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't as if it was too much pace in it.
Cummins gave them. He stretched the game well for them in the second.
He had to wait so long here for support.
Well, he did. Nobody can get up the pitch, and he eventually does get there, but Grant Hope can't quite reach it and puts it past the post.
You see, he's completely isolated there, and I think Cummins does well because he waits, and eventually he picks him out really well, fires that across the face of the goal, and if Grant Hope was maybe a year or two younger, he might have been able to get his foot round it.
Absolutely, sort of deja vu all over again. Another replay between these two. Do Hibs sneak through again?
Well, I think that you heard both managers there talking about how they're actually thankful there's going to be another game, because that was a poor spectacle. Hopefully we get a better game, we can put that one to bed. But also, because the game was so tight, you're not playing on a great park, could have, one mistake and they could have lost the game. So it goes to Easter Road, and I think it's a game that will be a lot better than it was there today. And both teams have got a great opportunity to get through to the quarters.
Same question to you, Stephen. The Hibs fans were chanting about 2 in a row. They're thinking they're going to get past Hearts and win the Scottish Cup again.
You don't know. I mean, it was very evenly balanced today. There was little between the sides. What I do think is it'll suit Hearts better to go to Easter Road with the playing surface with the quality players that they've got.